Subject AC machines. Topic single phase transformers. Subtopics phasor diagram and problems on equivalent resistance and reactance. So recap. So in previous class we learned about ideal transformer and also transferring resistance from one side to another side. Transferring reactance and impedance from one side to another side. So now our topic objective is on completion of this period you would be able to understand the phasor diagrams of real transformer for various load power factors and also solve problems on finding equivalent resistance or reactance or impedances of a transformer. So now here the phasor diagrams of practical transformer. I note that means here no load current I naught bar is equal to magnetizing current plus working component current. So these are the vector additions. So here I naught is equal to IW plus I mu. So these are the bars is related as these are the vector sums. Now at the primary side current is I1. That current is nothing but I1 is equal to, that means I1 bar is equal to I0 bar plus I2 dash bar. So here the primary current is addition of no load current and the I2 dash current. So now the loop equation at primary side, which is V1 bar is equal to E1 bar plus I1 bar Z1 bar, whereas here the Z1 is the impedance at the primary side of transformer. So that the Z1 is nothing but it is R1 plus JX1. Here the given data is currents and the voltages equations. See here at the secondary side, the load voltage equation of transformer is, so that is V2 is equal to, that means these are all in bars, the vectors are vectors. So V2 is equal to E2 minus I2Z2, where so Z2, that means here the Z2 is impedance of the secondary side transformer. So here Z2 is impedance of the transformer at secondary side. So Z2 is equal to R2 plus JX2, and here I2 dash is nothing but that is K into I2. I2 dash is nothing but K into I2. So note that here the induced EMFs E1 and E2 are 90 degrees lagging to the mutual flux. So here in this way, if this is the flux, this is the flux. So here E1 and E2, these are the E1 and this one E2. This is 90 degrees lagging. This is 90 degrees lagging. This is the, so the induced EMFs E1 and E2 are the 90 degrees lagging to the mutual flux. So here note, while drawing phasor diagrams, the vectors for resistive drops are drawn parallel to the current vectors, and the reactive drops are perpendicular to the current vectors as per the vector equations. So for example, so here as per the vector equations for primary winding and secondary winding, and this for example here in this way the current in this way, the resistance drop also in parallel in this way, I1 R1. So for example, current is in this way, the vector reactance drops are, so here in this way, I1 X1. So this is the, so perpendicular to the current vectors. In this way we can write. So this is the drops of resistive and reactance drops. See here, this is the mutual flux and this is a mutual flux, and here this is a resistive load. This is resistive load. Here for the resistive load, the current is I2, its secondary side, the transformer secondary side load current is I2, and here for the resistive load, E2 and V2 both are in phase. So here see here, E2 is equal to E2 is equal to E2 is equal to so here E2 is equal what is that? So here V2 plus I2 R2 plus J I2 X2. So I2 R2 plus J I2 X2. So see here, in this case V2 I2 both are in phase, and this I2 R2 is in phase, is parallel with the I2. So after that V2, and then we can write the I2 R2, these are in phase. I2 R2 drop also is in phase with the I2 or V2. Then after that, this is, so I2 R2 both are so parallel or in phase. After that, this is a reactance drop. this is the reactance drop, is 90 degrees perpendicular to the I2R2 drop. That means I2 current. So here V2 and I2R2. So this I2R2 is in phase with the V2, and after that I2X2 is perpendicularly 90 degrees. So addition of this V2 plus I2R2 plus J I2X2, which gives the E2 value. E2 value. This is the loop equation we can draw in the phasor diagram. Now see here, this I2 is projected in this way. This I2 is projected in this way. That is called I2 dash. Here the I0 and I2 dash, these two combination will give the I1. So here this two will give the I1. This combination is I1. In this case, here I1 is in this way, I1 is in this way. So same in the similar way, but that's from minus E1 to, so minus E1 is the induced EMF in the primary winding. Here I1 is in this way, so similar way the I1, this I1 R1 is perpendicular to the this I1. So this I1 is perpendicular to the I1 R1. So this drop will always perpendicular to the this current. So this I1 R1. After that, this drop, after the resistive drop, then what will we draw here? This is this is the perpendicular. So this is perpendicular to the this drop. So here this is 90 degrees. I1 X1 is 90 degrees. So see here, this I1 is in this way. So here for this perpendicular we can draw I1 X1 and this minus E1 I1 R1 I1 X1, which gives the V1. So here V1 is, it is combination of induced EMF I1 R1 and I1 X1. That is the vector sum. Here theta 1 is nothing but it is angle between V1 and the I1, and pi naught is nothing but it is angle between V1 and I0. So this is about the phasor diagram for the resistive load. In the resistive load always I2 is in phase with the V2. So this is the resistive load phasor diagram. In the similar way, somewhat difference for lagging power factor, that means inductive load. Somewhat different for inductive load. See here, this is the V2 voltage at the secondary side, at the load side, and this current is lagging with pi 2, theta 2 or pi 2, whatever. So this is the I2. Then this, so I2 in the similar way, I2 R2 drop also same parallel, this parallel to the I2. I2 R2 drop is always parallel to the I2. Now this I2 X2 is always perpendicular to the this I2. So it is 90 degrees. So the V2 and I2 R2 and I2 X2, which gives the E2. So that is the loop equation in the secondary winding of a transformer, at the secondary side of a transformer. Now, so we know this is always flux is the reference for primary side and secondary side, and this when I2 is projected in this way, this is called I2 dash. When I2 is projecting in this way, this is called I2 dash. This I2 dash and I0, which gives these two combinations, which gives the I1. So this I1, in the similar way, I1 R1 drop also same parallel. So this is a parallel to this I1 R1 drop, and then I1 R1 drop perpendicular to the I1 X1 always. It's remember it is perpendicular, and then this E1, this E1 I1 R1 and I1 X1, which gives the resultant this is the voltage. So here the theta 1 is the angle between V1 and I1, and pi naught theta naught is angle between the V1 and I0. This is for phasor diagram for inductive loads. Phasor diagram for inductive loads. Now next go for capacitive load. Go for capacitive load. Here for the capacitive load, see here the I2 is leading. The I2 is leading with respect to the V2. I2 is leading with respect to the V2. So here this current is leading with respect to the V2 by theta 2 angle. So here I2 is in this way, I2 R2 also in this way. This is a parallel. In this way parallel, the parallel resistant drop in this way. These are the two parallels, I2 R2 and I2 are parallel. Then perpendicular is I2 X2, is V2 and I2 R2 and I2 X2, which gives the V2. And then it is projected, I2 is projected, this is I2 dash, I0 and I2 dash will give the I1. So here this I1 is, see here, E minus E1, and it's the same parallel. This is a parallel I1 R1 to the I1. I1 R1 is parallel to the I1, and this I1 X1 is perpendicular to the I1. So this I1 R1, I1 X1, this combination, E1 combination, which gives the V1. So this is a common flux or reference flux to the primary and secondary side. So here the current is leading, so it is capacitive load. The power factor is leading power factor. The angle is leading angle. So this is the phasor diagram. So now in case of resistive load, the terminal voltage is less than the induced EMF, and it falls with increase in load or secondary current. In case of inductive load, that means RL load, the terminal voltage is less than the induced EMF. In this case, the fall in terminal voltage is more. In case of capacitive load, RC load, the terminal voltage is more than the induced EMF. Now go for problems. So here 230 by 460 volt single phase transformer has primary resistance is 0.2 ohms and the leakage reactance XL is 0.5 ohms, and the corresponding value of the secondary are 0.75 ohms and the 1.8 ohms. Respectively, find the secondary terminal voltage when supplied 10 amps at a 0.8 power factor lagging. So here the solution, the given data is R1 is given 0.2, X1 is 0.5, R2 is 0.75, X2 is 1.8 ohms. Now cos by 2 is 0.8. K is nothing but a transformation ratio, that is V2 by V1 or E2 by E1 or N2 by N1. So here K is equal to E2 by E1, that is equal to 460 by 230, that is equal to 2. Here the solution pi 2 is, that is cos inverse of 0.8. Pi 2 is 36.86 degrees. Height is 10 angle of minus 36.86. We know that equivalent resistance referred to secondary R02 is equal to R2 plus K square R1. So R0 is 0.75 plus k square means 2 square into 0.2. So here resistance is 1.55 ohms. Equivalent reactance referred to secondary x0 is x2 plus k square into x1. x02 is equal to 0.8 plus k square is 4. 4 into 0.5, that is gives the 3.8 ohms. Here the reactance is secondary reactance is 3.8 ohms. Here total impedance at secondary side is Z02, that is R02 plus JX02. So here Z02 is 1.55 plus J 3.55, it is polar is 4.1, angle of 67.8 degrees. So now here the V2 is equal to E2 minus I2 Z2, that is 460 angle of 0 minus 10 angle of minus 36.86 into 4.1 angle of 67.8 degrees, that is 460 plus J0, so minus 41 angle of 30.94, that means 460 plus J0 minus 35.165 plus J 21.079. So here the final polar angle is in the form, so 425.35 angle of minus 2.84 so volts. So this is the load voltage across secondary side terminals. So here summary, in this period we learn about the phasor diagram and solve problems. So quiz, the secondary terminals voltage V2 is that of secondary induced EMF in case of capacitive load is V2 is more than that of the E2. Now, which of the primary and secondary loop equations of a transformer are correct? So here V1 is equal to E1 plus I1 Z1. V2 is equal to E2 minus I2 Z2. So this is the right answer. Now these are the frequently asked questions. Vector diagram for resistive load, inductive load, capacitive load. So problems, find out the problems here. Thank you.